What happens when an elite high school's darkest secrets turn into a real-world fight for justice? Welcome back to the recap realm. Today, we're breaking down a mind-bending mystery thriller where extreme wealth and status collide with a deadly cover-up. Meet Kong, a determined brother fighting his own grief, who goes from being a targeted outsider to dismantling the school's absolute highest line of corruption. Smash that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and let's dive straight into the chaos. The story begins with a desperate phone call from a scholarship student named Lee to his younger brother, Kong. Lee sounds terrified and claims that something is seriously wrong at his elite school. Before he can explain what is happening, he is struck by a speeding car and dies, leaving Kong with nothing but unanswered questions. 6 months later, Kong enrolls in the same prestigious academy to uncover the truth behind his brother's death. He quickly discovers that the school is divided by wealth and status. The richest students control everything, while scholarship students are treated like outsiders and forced to know their place. The most powerful student in the school is Kim, a wealthy and feared boy whom everyone obeys. Kong immediately refuses to follow the school's social hierarchy and becomes convinced that Kim may know something about Lee's death. While investigating, Kong meets Ji, Kim's longtime girlfriend. However, Ji suddenly breaks up with Kim for mysterious reasons. As Kong spends more time around her, he notices that she is hiding a painful secret. Determined to find answers, Kong deliberately provokes Kim while getting closer to Ji. His actions create tension throughout the school. Kim becomes increasingly jealous, while Ji finds herself drawn to Kang's honesty and kindness. As Kong digs deeper into the past, he discovers that Lee had once been close to Ji as well. Lee helped her through difficult moments, but their friendship attracted the attention of wealthy students who looked down on him because of his lower social status. As a result, Lee was constantly bullied, humiliated, and targeted. Meanwhile, Ji is secretly being blackmailed by someone who possesses a sensitive video from her past. The pressure forces her to distance herself from Kim and hide the truth from everyone around her. Kang's investigation soon reveals that the corruption within the school runs much deeper than he imagined. Students, teachers, and administrators all seem connected to a cover-up surrounding Lee's final days. Eventually, Ji reveals the truth. Lee had accidentally witnessed compromising secrets involving powerful students and corrupt teachers during an exclusive party. After being discovered, he was chased away and forced to flee in fear. While trying to escape, he ran into the street and was struck by a car. However, the biggest revelation comes later. Lee survived the initial accident. The driver turns out to be one of the school's teachers. Realizing who she had hit, the teacher panicked. Afraid that Lee would expose everything he had seen, she chose to abandon him instead of calling for help. That decision ultimately led to his death. Armed with the truth, Kong begins exposing the corruption that has controlled the school for years. He challenges the discrimination against scholarship students, reveals the abuse of power by the wealthy elite, and inspires other students to stand up against the unfair system. At the same time, Kim discovers painful truths about Ji's life. He learns that she suffered alone for years, endured blackmail from her stepbrother, and carried the trauma of losing their unborn child. Realizing how blind he had been to her suffering, Kim begins to change and takes responsibility for his past behavior. As more evidence comes to light, the investigation finally proves what happened to Lee. The teacher responsible for abandoning him is arrested, the principal is removed from power, and the school's corruption is exposed. Kim sincerely apologizes to Kong for helping create the toxic environment that allowed Lee to suffer. Although Kong cannot fully forgive him, he acknowledges that the truth has finally been revealed. In the end, Ji leaves for America to continue her studies and begin healing from her past. Before she leaves, she admits that she developed genuine feelings for Kong, even though she still loves Kim. Kong accepts her confession but lets her go, knowing they both need time to move forward. Years later, the school has completely changed. The divide between wealthy and scholarship students disappears, and the campus becomes a place built on fairness and equality. Kong finally finds peace knowing that he uncovered the truth about his brother's death, exposed the corruption that caused so much suffering, and honored Lee's memory by creating the future he always dreamed of.